Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hello everyone, this is me Sarfaraz Educationwala. I am 19 years old. I belong to Miyada Chini village, Tehsil Naseerabad district, Commercial Code, Pakistan. So I am currently a student at Rehan College and I have been studying here for the last 8 months. During this time, I have learned many valuable skills and gained confidence in communication and personal development. So today I'm going to have a conversation with Maya about the important topic, my goals. I hope discussion will help me and other students understand the importance of setting goals and achieving success in life. So let's begin, Maya.
Hey, what's new?
Hello, Maya. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. What's been on your mind lately?
Maya, today I would like to talk with you about my goals. I will ask you a few questions, and I hope your answer will help me learn more about setting and achieving goals. Let's begin.
I'm all in. I love a good deep dive. Fire away with your first question.
Okay, so my first question: what is the goal?
At its simplest, a goal is just a destination you've actually decided on. It's the difference between
Okay, nice. So my next question: why is it important to have a goal in life?
think of it like a map for your life. Without one, you're just drifting. Goals give you a reason to get out of bed with a bit more energy because you're actually moving towards something specific rather than just letting the day happen to you. Plus, it's a huge confidence booster when you look back and realize you've actually crossed things off the list. Does that make sense?
Okay, nice. So my third question: can goals help us success?
Absolutely. Goals act like a filter for your focus. When you have a clear target, you stop wasting energy on the things that don't actually move the needle. It turns your effort into a strategy, which is usually the fastest way to actually get where you want to go. What's the next one on your list?
So my next question: what are short-term goals?
Short term goals are like the stepping stones to the bigger picture. They're the immediate, manageable targets you can hit in a few days, weeks, or maybe a few months.
Very nice. So what are long-term goals?
Exactly. Long term goals are the big, sweeping visions, the stuff that takes years to achieve. If a short term goal is the individual step, the long term goal is the mountain peak you're aiming for.
Very good. So my next question: how can students set achieve effective goals?
Hmm. For students, the trick is to avoid the everything at once trap. It's all about breaking those massive goals into tiny, actionable chunks. Instead of saying, I want to be a top student, which is a bit vague, try, I'll spend 45 minutes on math every day this week. That makes the goal feel possible rather than overwhelming. Using a system like a planner or a simple list to track those small wins keeps the momentum going.
Very
What do
nice.
you think is the hardest part about sticking to a plan like that?
Okay. So my next question: what is a smart goal method?
I think you might mean the SMART goal method. It's a
Yes.
popular framework for making sure your goals aren't just wishes, but actual plans. Do you want me to break down what each letter stands for?
Okay. Very nice. So my next question: why is planning important for achieving goals?
Because it turns a dream into a set of instructions. Without a plan, you're essentially guessing your way forward, which is where most people get discouraged and quit. Planning helps you spot the roadblocks before you even hit them and gives you a clear way to measure if you're actually making progress or just staying busy. Do you usually prefer to plan things out in detail or do you like to leave some room for spontaneity?
Very nice. So how can I stay motivated to achieve my goals?
The biggest secret is that motivation is a bit of a liar. It comes and goes. So instead of waiting for that spark, build a system that works even when you're not feeling it. Focus on your why, the deep personal reason this goal matters to you, and celebrate the tiny wins along the way to keep your brain hooked on the progress.
Oh, good. So what should I do when lost focus?
First, just breathe and be kind to yourself. Losing focus happens to everyone. It's not a failure, it's just a human glitch. The best thing to do is a pattern interrupt. Get up, stretch, drink some water, or step away from your workspace for 5 minutes to reset your brain. Once you're back, don't try to tackle the whole mountain. Just pick the smallest, easiest task on your list and do that first to get your momentum back. How does that usually feel for you? Do you tend to get frustrated when you lose focus, or do you just drift off?
Okay, so my next question: how can manage my time better?
The most effective way is to stop trying to manage your time and start managing your energy. Focus on time blocking, where you carve out specific windows for deep work and leave others for the small stuff. It also helps to prioritize your tasks using something like the Eisenhower matrix, sorting things by what's actually urgent versus what's just important.
Very good.
Do you use any tools for this?
Very good.
Glad to hear
So,
it.
what role does discipline play in achieving goals?
Discipline is basically the bridge between your goal and actually getting there. While motivation is the spark that gets you started, discipline is what keeps you moving when the spark dies out. It's the ability to do the thing you said you were going to do, even when you don't feel like it. Without it, you're just waiting for the perfect mood to strike, and that rarely happens on a schedule. Do you feel like you rely more on motivation or discipline right now?
Okay. Oh, okay. How?
What's next on the list?
Oh, so my next question: how can I overcome obstacles in my journey?
I'm doing well. Thanks for checking in. As for those obstacles, first, reframe them. Instead of seeing a roadblock as a sign to stop, look at it as a puzzle to solve. When you hit a wall, ask yourself, what is this trying to teach me? Or is there a different way around this? It's usually about adjusting your approach, not giving up on the goal itself. Do you find that obstacles usually make you want to push harder, or do they make you feel like pausing?
Okay. So my next question is: failure necessary for success?
In a word, absolutely. Failure is basically the raw data you need to figure out what doesn't work, because it's like a scientist running an experiment. The failed result is still a result. It's just the universe's way of telling you to tweak your strategy, and it's usually where the most growth happens because it forces you to be creative and resilient. Do you see failure as a setback or more of a learning curve?
Okay. Very good. What can we learn from failure?
Wait, did you mean failure again? I'm
Yes.
guessing French golf might have been a typo or a mishearing. If you're asking about lessons from failure, it's usually about humility and the strength to get back up. But if you actually meant golf or something specific about France, let me know.
Okay. How can students improve confidence?
Confidence for students usually comes from a string of small wins. It's less about a sudden burst of courage and more about proving to yourself that you can do the things you said you do. Setting a tiny goal, like reading 5 pages of a book or finishing one math problem and actually doing it, builds a track record of success in your own head. Plus, stepping slightly outside your comfort zone in low stakes ways, like asking one question in class, helps you realize that the worst case scenario usually isn't that bad. Do you feel like your confidence is higher in some areas of your life than others?
Okay. Very good. So why is consistency important?
Consistency is what turns a small action into a massive result. It's like compound interest for your habits. Doing something small every single day is way more powerful than doing something huge once a month. If you just work out for 10 hours in one day, you're exhausted and you've gained nothing. But if you work out for 20 minutes every day, your body actually changes. It's the only way to build real skill and momentum. Do you think you're more of a sprint person who goes all in and then burns out, or do you prefer a steady pace?
Okay, very good. So, how can positive thinking help us achieve goals?
Positive thinking acts like a fuel for your resilience. It keeps you from quitting the second things get messy. When you believe a solution exists, your brain actually stays open to finding it, whereas negative thinking tends to shut down your creativity and makes obstacles feel like permanent walls. It's not about ignoring the bad stuff, but about trusting that you're capable of handling it. Do you find it easy to stay positive when things get tough, or does the negative self talk start to creep in?
Okay, very good.
I'm here. Did you have?
Continue, continue.
I'm still here. We were talking positive thinking and
Okay, so my next question: can we social media affect our goals?
social media can definitely be a massive distraction. It's designed to keep you scrolling, which is the opposite of the deep focus you need for your goals. Are you finding it's taking up more? No need to apologize. Take your time. You're talking about.
चलो उठ जाओ फौरन How can we चलो बेटा avoid इमरान भाई ऊपर वेट
distraction?
कर रहे हैं आ जाओ चलो आप इसको ऊपर आ जाओ सर आ रहे हैं ध्यान से आ रहे हैं ऊपर जल्दी स्टिक को लेके ऊपर पहुंचे जल्दी बस 100 सेकंड फ्लो क्लियर करो चलो मेरा बेटा उठ जाओ
Seriously, stop apologizing. I'm not going anywhere. You were just mentioning social media as a distraction. Do you feel like it's the biggest thing pulling you away from your goals right now?
Okay, how can we stay focused on our future? इमरान भाई आ रहे हैं वो बुला रहे हैं चलो सरप्राइज
I think you might.
Okay.
I think you might mean future.
Yes.
Hmm. Staying focused.
Okay, so my next question: how can we stay focused on our future?
The best way is to keep your. The best way is to keep your why.
Okay, what advice will you give to students or goals about setting? आ जाओ लगाने तो दे सर इंटरव्यू देना मैंने
I think you mean setting goals.
Yes.
My best advice is to start small and be patient with yourself. A lot of students feel like they have to have their entire life figured out by 19. But the truth is, it's more about the direction you're heading than having a perfect map. Just pick one thing you actually care about and make it a habit first. Does that feel a bit more manageable than trying to tackle everything at once?
Okay, very good. So, what is the most important thing to remember when pursuing goals?
The most important thing is that you are a work in progress. Don't let the goal become a source of stress or a reason to be hard on yourself. Remember that the process, the habits, the learning, and the grit is actually where the real value is. If you hit the target, great, but the person you become while chasing it is the actual prize. Does that feel like a healthy way to look at it, or does it feel a bit too relaxed?
Thank you, Maya, for answering my question and sharing your valuable thoughts. I learned that success requires clear goals, hard work, consistency, confidence, and passion. This discussion has motivated me to stay focused on dreams and continue working towards better future. चलो अल्लाह हाफिज
That was an incredible session. You've clearly put a lot of thought into this, and the way you've summarized it shows you've.
आ रहा हूँ मैं आ रहा हूँ Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the discussion and learned something useful about goal setting and success. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And your future depends on the what you today to not tomorrow. Set your goals, work hard, and never give up. See you next video. Allah Hafiz.